So, hello and welcome to the Beginner Guitar Academy podcast. I'm your host, Paul Andrews, and today you don't just have to put up with me. I'm joined with a special guest, Antony Box, who is the third person to complete all 5 levels of Beginner Guitar Academy. So, Antony joined Beginner Guitar Academy in August the 30th, 2022, and after 4 years, or almost 4 years, of consistent work, has just passed level 5, literally a couple of days ago. So I wanted him straight in here while it's all still fresh in his head, so we can mine him for some ideas and get the story of Anthony's playing. So welcome to the podcast, Anthony. How are you?
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I'm good. Well, thanks.
Good. So first question then. Where did it all begin? So when did you first pick up the guitar?
So I think it was maybe 2 years before COVID. So I think 2019. Um, yeah, I bought a guitar off eBay, like a cheap acoustic. I think it was a Fender acoustic, and I was just going around YouTube for ages, just going down these rabbit holes, and just wasn't getting anywhere basically. And then, I decided to get a guitar teacher, and then that didn't go too far. Well, my first teacher was okay, but he went back to his normal job. I think he was a businessman. He went back to that, his 9 to 5 job. And then I went and got another guitar teacher, and he was a great guitarist, but a really not so good teacher. And, I'd come to his place, and he'd have no material. He would just not be organized. And, he was teaching me things that I hadn't even learnt the foundations or the basics. And he was teaching me things way too advanced, like about modes and doing bar chords. I haven't even learnt like all the open chords yet. And I don't know, it was just, I decided to just not go ahead with that anymore. And yeah, and then I found BGA. So it was all the rest was history, and it was really uphill from there, and I was learning a lot. So yeah, but as far as guitar goes, I was really inspired by my brother. He's a guitarist, and he's really good actually. He's been playing since he was young. And I never really I always put it off. Like I always thought, oh, I'm too old to learn that now. I should have done that when I was young. And then I finally just during COVID, I think had a lot of time. I was working from home, and that's when I really decided to take it seriously, because I just wanted a new hobby basically, and I wanted to keep myself busy as well. And yeah,
Yeah, I think,
yeah,
well, COVID was kind of, I think, the main starting point for a lot of people with hobbies like guitar, a lot of kind of
exactly.
things you could do at home where you could just
Yep.
kind of get away from the crazy that was happening on the news and everything around you.
Yeah,
So I think
totally.
a lot of people started then. So it was one of those sort of strange sort of times. Oh, that was really interesting. So I remember we had a discussion, I think, in the forum about one of a better word, bad teachers. Because I had
Yeah.
exactly the same experience with my first guitar teacher, who was such a great player. And he was mainly a session musician. He had like a session, not session, he went for a kind of a performance or an audition with Jamiroquai. He was in Jamiroquai's band. And I saw him on TV a few times. I was like, oh, that's my teacher, which is amazing. But he wasn't a teacher. He was a guitar player. So nothing was written out. You'd go there, you'd say, oh, he would say, what do you want to learn today? Oh, I've been listening to this song. Right, listen to it. He'd then sketch it out, start transcribing
Yeah.
it. I used to, in the end, have 2 hour lessons. So the first hour was him listening to the song and kind
Oh
of
my
working
God.
it out. The second
Yeah.
hour was then him showing me it. But
Yeah.
again,
Yeah. Yeah.
great player. And he was a good teacher, he just wasn't prepared. And then I had my next
Yeah.
teacher who had a filing cabinet and he had a syllabus. And that's when it dawned on me like, oh, that's a whole different way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's
I think
definitely,
I think a lot of teachers are afraid to teach the foundations too, because they
mm,
feel that they will lose their students because they think they'll get bored.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But what they don't kind of understand, maybe, or maybe they do, they just don't care, is that to learn those songs, you need to have the foundations, right?
God, yeah.
Otherwise, you don't get so far. Feel like playing
Exactly
songs.
that.
Everyone loves playing songs, and it's so much fun. You need to know the basics first. It's really important.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly that. You know, that's the whole
yeah,
premise, I suppose, on Beginner Guitar Academy.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
the name beginner guitar academy is a bit misleading, because, well, as you know, we go to a fairly high level, kind of grade 5 level, but the whole thing is foundation. So people come into level 1, and I had a student a little while ago, been playing years, who's been playing in a band, and was like, oh, I want to work on improvisation, but he couldn't pass the assessment because his timing was so bad. So again, it
Yeah.
was that
Yeah.
foundations that just weren't there,
Exactly. Yeah.
and he's outperforming, but God knows what his band sound like. But if you haven't got the foundations, where'd you go from there? So yes, so
Yeah.
important for
Totally.
that. That's already a great takeaway.
And
Focus on the
even
foundations.
exactly, and even now, like I go back still to the very first picking exercises. Like today, I went back to the very first picking exercises in level 1 and went through them. Start off with a slow metronome and really start off slow to make sure that it's ingrained in me. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
then I went from 80 to 115 beats a minute on these very first exercises because, yeah, even though I hadn't done them for a long time, it was. Now I know those exercises. I can go to the next picking exercises, but I still go back to the old stuff just to reinforce what I've learned. Otherwise, you tend to forget things. Like also too, last week I did some of the note exercises, and I've forgotten the notes, some of them, and I had to really go back. And I was like, oh God, I really have to keep doing this to keep the habit because I'll just forget it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, notes
Um,
is the one. That's the
yeah,
skill. As soon as you
yeah,
don't do it,
yeah,
even for like a couple of weeks, it's like you've never seen them before in life. It just really
yeah,
goes.
totally. And scales also.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And yeah, if I want to catch out a student, I just put up a note reading exercise, and as soon as if they go, then you have to go back. So there's no point trying to blitz, level 3. You go back to level 2, you go back to level 1. You have to build it back up again. It's again that foundation, build it slow back up. And it does come back quicker because obviously it starts to click again. You're like, oh yeah, I remember this now. But yeah, reading is the toughest one because it just
it
goes so
is.
quickly. But
Yeah,
it's one of those great skills you don't have to spend an hour a day on. 5 minutes every few sessions or every couple of sessions is enough to maintain, and then just also build from there. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's another good takeaway. Don't neglect the reading.
totally.
As
Yeah,
everyone always does.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of those annoying skills because you can get by without it easily because we got
yeah,
tab. We're as guitar players, if you're more of a classically trained musician, maybe more of a traditional instrument like a piano or something like that, you don't have, a tab. You have that system, the traditional system. We're spoiled because we don't have to read it. But then there's so much information, there's so much you can take away from notation that you just don't get in tab. You can't play a song you
yeah,
haven't seen if you're just reading tab. There's not enough information to get it.
yeah, yeah,
So
totally.
you have to learn just the rhythm is non-negotiable. The pitch, yeah, there's arguments for and against, but I think it gives you a lot more understanding, especially
Yeah,
later on when you hit those advanced
yeah,
levels.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
So no, I totally agree with that. So okay, so hit around YouTube a little bit. Again, a very common story from everyone that comes on the Big Guitar Academy.
Yeah,
Went down the YouTube rabbit hole, learned a few things, jumping around a little bit.
yep.
Um, and was it the podcast that brought you into beginner guitar? I can't remember what it was.
It was the podcast, yeah. So I'd been listening to the podcast for a few months before that, and so I knew about you and your approach to teaching, and yeah, I just it's always my family's from the UK, and it's just always nice to hear an English accent, and like that was another thing too, like you're a pretty genuine person, and I like your approach to teaching, and also too another thing was too the cost. 30, it cost me 35 euro for a month, um, uh, versus, an hour of teaching for me cost 50 euros. So,
Mm,
and I could learn in my own time, which was really awesome. You know what I mean? Like I'm quite a busy person with my work and I don't always have time for lessons. And so I really love the learning online because you can do it at nighttime, before work in the morning. It's very flexible. So this was another thing as well. Yeah, so there was the cost factor as well. It was
mm.
really affordable and just better for me actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Beginner guitar is a funny one because with the online schools, it's
yeah,
one of the more premium versions. If you look like a
yeah,
Fender Play or something like that.
hmm,
But because I've tried to make it as an online school, I'm very present in it. I say to my offline students, they see me once a week. I'm in the forum pretty much every day, and you guys
That's right.
can message me whenever you like. It's unlimited support. So from that point of view, it's ridiculously cheap.
That's
But
right. Yeah.
so I'm trying to,
Yeah.
again, that kind of hybrid, because I used to hate my guitar lesson. I used to see the instructor every week, come home. He was really funny about contacting him outside the lesson. I didn't kind of want to disturb him, so I didn't. And then go back the week after, learn something wrong, and then we'd have to correct the first part of the lesson, would be him correcting me on what I'd wrong fingering or wrong interpretation of what he'd written down. So again, trying to get rid of that, of having this constant, and you can measure me, oh, yep, that's the way to do it. Just trying to make it as smooth as possible, so we don't have those kind of step forward, step back kind of thing that you quite often have, and the flexibility. You can log in whenever you like.
Exactly.
That's what I
Yeah.
love about online learning.
And
Just so
you're
easy.
holding us accountable, you know what I mean? Which is the best thing too. Like, if something's, we submit a assessment and something's not right, you're like, hey, you have to do this again. I really appreciate that because uh, yeah, you do a good job in the end and you try harder and you reinforce those skills. And that's the best thing, you know? So, I really like that way of learning where you can, there's no pressure too, like, I think in the very beginning, I was quite nervous to go to a guitar teacher in person. You know
Mm.
how they ask you, okay, play something, where are you at? And you play something and it's totally, it's not good. And you get kind of nervous. But if I was very nervous in the beginning and learning online, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of relaxed and you're in your
Mm.
own room and in your own home and it's nice. Yeah. So, but also too, I love this, how you can send an assessment to you or something and you can give us feedback straight away on how to improve. And I think that's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good to hear. So,
yeah.
because that was originally, I've told this story before, and I'm sure you've heard me probably say it before, but that was from an online martial arts school. We had to record an assessment and send it in, and then obviously a teacher then reviews your technique. And I thought that's a really
Yeah.
good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I'd seen so many people go through online courses and not master the skills because there's no chicken. So be like, oh, I've completed the course. I must now be this level. And you're like, oh, you're not, because that thing you did
Yeah.
in that first stage of that program wasn't correct. And now you've built on top of that. So now we literally have to break it all back down and work on that original
Yeah.
thing, which is
Yeah.
so
I think,
frustrating.
I don't think there's many schools that do this, right? Like just in Qatar, I think you have to pay for a private tutor on the side to do that.
Mm.
I know Pickup Music charges extra money for this too, and Truefire as well. So I don't know if maybe you can tell me if there are any others that do something similar, but I haven't been able
Yeah,
to find
there's not
that.
many.
Mm,
Say, set for Pickup Music, say they do a great job on their syllabus. They're really good, but they have restrictions. You can only send a video a certain time. You can only do it a certain amount of times. So people are quite, which I suppose they've got 100 million students, so you just can't do it. Obviously, the luxury of beginner guitar academy, I don't want 100 million students. I want a small number of students so I can be quite personable with and I get to know you guys. And
yeah,
that's what I want. I don't want a crazy thing. But again, everyone's known. So yeah, it is quite rare because it's hard. It's time consuming. But that's the way you learn best is through feedback. How can you improve
exactly,
without it? So it's a bit
exactly.
strange not
Yeah,
having it.
yeah.
So I guess one of the questions that I suppose most people are probably thinking about, because obviously we're doing it for 4 years, what kept you motivated going through the levels? Because they do obviously get tricky. There are troublesome moments. And looking back at kind of timeline, you finished level four I think it took about a year to get through level four, a year to get through level five.
Yeah, I started in 2022. So this
Yeah.
August, I think it would be 4 years. The first two levels, um, I got through it pretty quickly, but level three and level four are so big, right? And I was working, I had this job where I was working quite early in the morning and finishing late, and it was I was quite tired when I got home.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would practice at night and I was like, didn't have much energy left. And I was falling asleep playing guitar some nights. It was like, I want to practice so much, but I'm so tired. This is not working really well. And so, of course, it took me a long time to finish, I think, level three. But yeah, what got me motivated was, I recorded myself the whole time ever since I started, and I put these little videos on YouTube and I make I just upload them basically. And then, if I was feeling not motivated, I would go back and watch those. And I think at level 3, I would go back and watch the ones at the very beginning. And, I just, that reminded me of how far I'd already come, because I was, you're a beginner and you're just
Mm.
like, you don't look very relaxed and you're playing the notes kind of like a robot. Like it's, but yeah, now I feel I'm learning things a lot quicker.
Mm.
My touch, when I hold the guitar, I can play the notes better. They sound better. I'm much more relaxed. My fingers are much closer to the strings, so it's very easy. It's easier for me to play. It's like it's great, and also to my knowledge of the guitar is better. My theory knowledge, and so yeah, it's in the very beginning it was hard, like it's challenging and it gets easier. It just, yeah, you just have to have patience basically.
Mm.
But yeah, just going back and watching my progress was really, that kept me motivated, I guess. Yeah. As well as the BGA community, like seeing everyone else progress, was kind of motivating as well. And, like it's, everyone's really positive and, there's some great people. We have a great community there, and just learn watching everyone else. It kind of
Mm.
keeps you motivated as well, always.
Yeah, having,
But yeah,
like I say, those peers around you and kind of seeing what everyone
yeah,
else is doing. And
exactly.
the recording is fantastic. And that kind of throws back to last month's theme, Movie May, which was a big thing about recording yourself. And yeah, that's just the best way of doing it, having those little time capsules so you can go back a year. Because you forget how challenging a certain chord was. Because obviously a year later it's so easy. But when you look back, you think, oh, yeah, there
Yeah,
was a time that I struggled with that.
yeah,
There was a time it didn't sound that fluent. And then you think, oh, I have improved.
yeah.
Because it's
Like
so easy
bar
to miss
chords, for
it.
example. Exactly, like bar chords. Like I remember. I mean, I played bar chords on the. That was one thing about, like before I joined BGA and had these private teachers and stuff and learning on YouTube. I learned the F bar chord before I even learned like the minor or the D minor chord, for example. That was the crazy thing. So my hands were already quite strong.
Yeah.
But then when I bought an electric, obviously playing bar chords is much easier, but still, um, uh, just being able to jump around the fretboard and play those bar chords quite fluently, just reminds you how far you've come. Because yeah, in the very beginning, it's just you do it because you have to, because you force yourself, but then it just becomes just so easy. You could do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
You don't even have to look at the fretboard anymore as well. You know where all the notes are if you study the fretboard, that is. And so just things get easier. Just yeah. So it's good.
Yeah, I think that's it,
Yeah,
isn't it? Guys, listen to
yeah,
the interview I did with Allegra a little while ago, and she said very much the same thing. Once
yeah,
you playing the songs, she said when she hit level 5 was doing Prison Walkways, and
yeah,
she felt that she was playing the song. She wasn't
yeah.
just learning it; she was playing it. She was putting her performance into it, and she was saying that was
Exactly.
the real turning point for her.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
saw
Too. When
that.
you yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
didn't cut you off there. I saw that with you with Heartbreaker. Your corner of Heartbreaker was good, really nice,
yeah,
and you could
yeah.
it was you were you were kind of feeling the song. It sounded like a rock song. You're putting your own spin on it. You're using the effects. It was a performance, and it sounded great. Really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I mean, yeah, there was some of those songs and stuff on level 5 and level 4. They take months to learn. That's the only thing too. I see people in the forum. They say, "Oh, I've been on this song for months," and yeah, I was on the song for months as well. It just takes a long time to get the sound and get like when you slow it down and really learn it in parts and really after I must have played that song like 1,000 times over and over, and it's just like there was the solo part that really got me because I didn't know, like it was just so fast, and I guess I
Yeah.
was trying to play something like Jimmy Page will play. But if you ever look at the solo, study the solo that Jimmy Page plays, it's impossible for anyone else but Jimmy Page to play. It's so fast, and like yeah, so you really have to just keep it simple. And but yeah, there is a point where you're learning the song and you're just like, oh wow, I can actually play this now. I don't have to look at the tab
Mm.
because I know when the verse starts. I know what that when that 16 note rhythm comes in. I know when the solo starts and finishes. You don't even have to look at the tab anymore. You just play along with the backing track, and that's when you know you've got it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that.
and yeah, exactly. But also, like I utilized, took advantage of using GarageBand.
Mm,
Um, so it's really easy to use the effects there and record yourself. And you can also, you can layer up the guitars, for example. You don't have to record it in one track. You could
mm.
do different effects, and that was really fun as well. So I had fun doing that. Yeah,
That's really cool
yeah,
because yeah, that's what the
yeah,
high levels should be about is performance. So we've got the big songs in there, but it gives you the opportunity to explore the effects, explore recording, kind of that next level. And like the very first levels in the syllabus are about building those techniques. It's about doing those exercises, like I said earlier, get the fundamentals. Then I was trying to with those higher levels. Then it's more focused on performance. So we've got the skills. Now let's put in some songs. And as you said, they're big songs because they're straight from the grade syllabus we use in the UK. And normally a student takes a year or so just to get those 3 songs down that they then have to do the exam with. So they're high level pieces.
yeah, yeah. Totally, totally.
So they are tricky. I don't think we've got
Yeah.
an easy syllabus where we hit those levels. But so you come out the other end, well, as you have, and crikey, your playing has just gone from doing that.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, too, like, I'm one of those people too, you can play the song fine. As soon as you hit that record button, you tense up and then
Yeah.
you mess it up. I just remember like back in level 1 and 2, I used to try and record the whole assessment in one take. And if I made a mistake, I'd go back to the start. It used to take me weeks to record the assessment. I was like, that's probably the reason why it took me so long to finish. But then I think, I don't know who it was. Maybe it was you. After level 2, you were like, just record it in parts and then make it into one movie. I was like, sweet. And then that was so much nicer. I mean, it was just crazy to think that you would record the whole thing in one
Yeah,
take.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I used to do at level 1 and 2, even though it's more easy, but I found that quite difficult.
Yeah,
So
you're not
yeah,
alone. So it may well have been you that
yep,
inspired me to write in kind of big bold letters on the submission page that it can be done in sections and then just
yeah,
combined.
yeah,
Because especially
yeah,
those O levels, it's not a performance assessment; it's a ability and technique assessment. So it's just me to refine. We're using the right fingers. We're getting the basic skills. It's not about the performance.
yeah,
So yeah, we don't need it all in one take. Because like you say, it's bloody hard. You put on you press record,
yeah,
you see that red light blinking, you get the red light fever, and you forget
yeah,
everything you've done for the last few
yeah.
months. It just goes.
Yeah, and it's a mind thing as well. Like you,
Yeah.
you automatically tense up, and once you tense up, it's harder to play. Your fingers are more stiff. Or like if you really keep, it's one thing and two that you learn. The more you play is to keep everything really relaxed,
Mm,
and the more you relax, the better. Your fingers just go where they want to go, and yeah, that's one thing. And like I get stage fright quite easily when I have to go up and talk to people in front of a crowd, and
yeah.
I have the utmost respect for people that musicians that go on the stage and just perform in front of thousands of people. That's just so amazing. I think that's like pure talent.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, really cool.
It's madness.
Really cool.
I have the same with like stand-up comedians because I love stand-up
Yeah,
comedy. And you think
yeah,
you've
yeah,
just you and a microphone. You haven't even got a band to hide behind.
yeah,
It's
totally.
very bare. So yeah,
Hmm.
just I like I say respect for anyone that can has the
Yeah.
confidence and yeah. I suppose just going up and doing it because there was a great post by Jacob yesterday in the forum where he was saying he was playing. I don't know if you saw his first gig. He had his first gig
Oh
and he was
wow.
playing and singing. And he was saying that he was nervous for sort of the first 15 minutes. They just went. And he had that realization that, oh yeah, you have it for a little while and it's just going to go. It's just doing it. Just do it. Go through
Absolutely.
it. Go through the
Absolutely.
fire.
Yeah. Yep.
I
Yeah.
think that's the
Yeah.
hardest part.
It
Just
is.
doing it.
It's just like even with me, I just recently met another player, and we meet up like once every few weeks. And he's been playing for like 10, 15 years, but I think he's got a guitar teacher, and he first um, just learned online, I think from YouTube. But you
Mm,
can really, nothing against his playing, he's pretty good, but there are certain things that he doesn't know that I feel like he should kind of know because he's been playing for so long. But
mm,
his guitar teacher, I always ask him about him, what he's learning and what he's teaching him, and it's quite advanced stuff. But then I kind of look, oh, you don't know that, and I know that. So
yeah.
that was one thing that um, yeah, when we play together, I feel like I'm so nervous because I know he's been playing for so long, but actually, for some things, we're kind of at the same level. And I've been playing for 4 years, and he like 3 times as long.
Mm,
So I'm kind of that makes me feel more comfortable
yeah,
playing with him.
definitely.
But obviously, playing in front of a crowd's totally different thing. You know,
Yeah.
like it's people pay money for that. You got to perform good, so it's different. But yeah, it's that's one thing too. Like playing with someone else is just a really cool thing to do as
Mm,
well. And I really encourage um, anyone that plays guitar that hasn't done that should really do it because you learn so much playing with someone.
yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. That's a really good kind of next step. And it's something you can do quite early on, just a family member or just
yeah,
I know
yeah,
Lee posted up a video of him playing at Christmas. Just and I think everyone was singing, everyone's kind of getting involved. It's brilliant. It just
yeah.
makes memories when you start doing stuff like that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's not easy. I was the worst when I started learning. I'd close all the doors, draw the curtains, make sure the windows were shut. I didn't want anyone to hear me. So I was so paranoid. But then I met a friend who was a musician, and we started playing together. And then we formed a band, and it just kind of and that really helped my kind of I suppose anxiety of playing and letting people hear me. It really helped. So
yeah.
yeah, it's just that small little next step that has massive impact.
Exactly. I mean, there's going to be a time where someone is going to ask you to play in front of them. Like they're going
Mm,
to see your guitar and they know you play guitar. They're going to go, "Oh, can you play us something?" And you can't. You can't really say no. I don't want to. It's like you should try to, or because they want to hear you play. So yeah, I think that should be the goal to
yeah,
try and perform in front of your friends or family at some
definitely.
point,
I
at
think
least. Yeah,
as a learner or beginner or player, whatever level we're at, because again, interest discussion in the forum lately is about when do you call yourself a guitarist, which came off from last week's podcast. So one of the things was with motivation of seeing yourself as a guitarist, and then you embody the guitarist kind of mentality, which is I practice because I'm a guitarist, I'm a guitar player. I'm not just a learner or beginner, I'm a guitarist. So yeah, it's important to have that kind of mentality. And that means just playing a few chords. So when you're playing in front of someone, we have this expectation they expect some massive performance. But for instance, I pick up my guitar in front of my wife's parents. I can just play 2 or 3 chords. And they're like, wow.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be something fancy. You just play a simple, like Smoke on the Water riff that we do in level 1.
yeah,
That just
yeah,
blows their mind that I can play Smoke
yeah.
on the Water. We kind of,
Exactly.
it's very easy to build up the expectation you think someone's going to have. But very rarely do they have much of an expectation unless they perhaps play guitar. But yeah, so again, just performing in front of someone can just be a simple riff, can just be a couple of chords. It doesn't have to be
Totally.
anything too fancy because it's very easy to talk yourself out of it, thinking I don't know that big song that they probably expect, but there's probably no expectation. So you kind of talk
Yeah.
yourself out of it before you start it. So yeah,
That's right. Yeah, like yeah, hearing about Craig Colvin's,
mm,
he's I have so much respect. I kind of envy him because he can play and sing, and he's played in front of family and stuff.
yeah,
So I think that's so great. That's something that I haven't done much. I'm not much of a singer. I don't have much confidence there. I know a couple of songs, but to be able to sing and play in front of people is just amazing, and that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Um,
Again,
well
probably that
done.
next level of things stuff. Yeah, doing. There's a great
Yeah,
podcast I did about that, how to play and sing. And
yeah,
Craig's great as well because you can see we're talking about the videos. You look back his posts, you can see the early recordings he'd done till now, and he's hard on himself because he said
he
he
is.
didn't see
Yeah,
much improvement. I was like, "There's massive improvement. It sounds so
yeah,
much better. You can see your
yeah.
timing spot on, your vocal, your melody, everything had improved." So he's great with that. Again, another example of why it's so important to record yourself and maybe not be so hard on yourself because there's massive
Yeah,
improvement.
I think I always look at it. If you're 1% better than you
Yeah,
were last month, then that's good enough. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
everyone has their bad days, and some days. I mean, um, some days are just shocking for me. I just can't be bothered, and then I'm lazy and I don't feel good. But then some
Mm.
days I feel amazing, and I think yeah, we all have our good days and bad days, and depends what's going on. And yeah, it's not
Exactly that.
it was never going to be easy. And a lot of people think I think a lot of people too, a lot of people quit, as you keep
Yeah.
telling us, and they think it's easy. They want to play a song in a day, but it's not like that. It's you have to really put in the hard work. But
Yeah.
things get easier, you know. I mean, I know only 5 songs from start to finish, and I'm learning new songs, and I know bits and pieces of a lot of songs, but I don't know them fully. But that's good enough for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just all about having fun at the end. I'm not too hard on myself, but yeah,
Exactly that.
just
And
have fun. Yeah,
you'll find with those, because obviously you finished level 5 now, the big songs you've spent time on, you probably haven't much more time to learn other songs because we've been focused on those kind of big tunes.
yeah,
So they're probably quite impressive songs that we know. And we've got the
yeah,
skills. So, you could throw up a chord chart and you could probably quite happily just strum through a song quite quickly because you've got the skills. So that's the other thing. You forget the amount of songs I've learned over the last 25 years, whatever it's been now. I can't remember that many, but with a sheet in front of me, I can play it off the sheet pretty quickly and probably straight away. It's the skills. So
exactly.
yeah, trying to
Yeah,
retain loads of songs is hard. It's very
yeah,
difficult.
it would be. It would be.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
So next question that I'm going to ask you is kind of what was your favorite part of the course? Favorite kind of lesson or favorite skill, maybe?
Oh,
Get you
that's a really
thinking a
good
bit now.
question. Um, I really liked the rhythm parts. Definitely not so much into the scales, although um, they got more fun. Like level 5, I really like the modes, which were the scales.
Mm,
That how they give more flavor to
yeah, yeah.
I found that super interesting. Just like starting on a different note of the scale gives you a totally different feel, and it's still in the major scale. Like just
Mm,
amazing. Yeah. But yeah, I really liked the rhythm. And I really liked, I hate to say it, I loved the theory exercise because the theory made me understand everything else that I was
yeah.
learning and made me understand about the chords, you know, like chords are built from the first, a major chord is the first, third, and fifth of the key. And all these things like understanding the pentatonic scale and the blues scale, you know, like just everything was made sense. So the
Mm,
theory was really good. I didn't like it at the beginning because just trying to get my head around it. But yeah, it got more interesting. The songs, I really loved the songs. Learning Guns N' Roses, I think that was in level 3 or level 4.
Sweet
Level
Child of
4,
Mine. Yeah,
Sweet
level
Child of
4.
Mind. I really enjoyed that. Like that was a really difficult song for me to learn too. The solo took a while, but once I had it done, it was really cool and really rewarding to know that I learned
Mm.
that. Yeah, so like yeah, um, that was about it really. The chords were the chords, but yeah, really enjoyed the rhythm and the theory a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rhythm seems to be quite a
and
popular one because Allegra said the same
yeah,
thing. The rhythm was
yeah,
kind of the standout for her.
yeah. Too, it's something too. Like once you internalize that metronome as
Mm,
well, and okay, I can play 16th notes now to at 70 beats per minute, no problem, and I'm very relaxed, and everything's sounding really smooth. The way you're playing
mm,
is it's really rewarding once you internalize that metronome, and you don't even have to like. I found after a while, I didn't have to tap my foot anymore or nod my head, but I just internalized that rhythm. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whether it was triplets or 6/8 or 16th notes, I really and that made me feel like really good because my timing, my sense of timing was good. I could play along with songs much easier, so that was really nice. So yeah, really cool. But yeah, like I took bits and pieces from every skill and enjoyed some of them, but more than others.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Definitely.
like everyone else. Yeah.
So we'd say Sweet Child of Mine was the favourite kind of song for all of them.
Um, yes, but my most favorite was Parisian Walkways, just learning that.
Cool.
I love the bends in that
Mm,
song. I just think it's a beautiful song. And I'm a massive Gary Moore fan, so yeah.
perfect.
Watching him play it and going, oh, I know I'm not playing exactly like him. Obviously, he's just a bit of a don, but I'm playing it kind of good.
Yeah.
And I think at that stage too, I had my bends down and some of my technique down, like my
Oh,
legato
nice.
technique. And so I could do those bends, and it was really rewarding, actually. I felt like I was connecting with the instrument and I was expressing myself in a certain way. So I felt really good about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely learned. I loved the workshop. This is, I think, there was some lessons on Stairway to Heaven,
Hmm.
and there was the workshop. I really enjoyed that as well. Um, uh, at the very beginning, I had I didn't know how to finger pick that, and it was really difficult. But I'm actually in that song now. I'm doing a deep dive study, and actually up to the last part, which is the rhythm of the outro.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can play. I must record it one day and put it in the community,
Mm.
but in the performance section. But I learned it, and it's sounding pretty good actually. So I'm quite proud about that, because that was another thing. At the very beginning, I just couldn't get it, and then now I'm at the last stage of learning that song, so I'm very happy about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Well done. Because that's a it's a big tune. it's, a,
it is a
it's
big
an
tune.
epic song. It's a lot
There's
of
so
different
many layers. Yeah,
sections. Yeah,
it
definitely.
is.
And
Yeah,
that'd be a great one
yeah.
to record multiple sections. 'Cause there's some nice little overfills and things in that song. So that'd be a great
Yeah.
garage band project.
And that's another thing. My guitar buddy, he comes around and we play that song together. Like one of us will play finger pick the rhythm parts, and someone will solo over it. It'll improvise over it, and it just sounds great. It's an easy one to do, and
Oh,
yeah, it's good fun.
it's a great song. I often play that backing for the solo just for improvisation because the chords just sound great. It's just a great song.
Yeah,
Well, what can you say? It's Led Zeppelin, isn't it? Well, you expect nothing else.
Jimmy Page. Yeah, yeah.
So let's move on now to advice for other students then, Anthony. So what advice would you give someone that's just starting level one? I think you've said some great things already, to be honest, but anything else you
I
can
actually
jump in?
wrote. I wrote down 10 things actually.
Oh,
I think number one, be very patient. It Learning guitar is like a long process, and just be really patient with yourself. If you're not something's not coming to you straight away, it will come. Just yeah, just slow it down, be patient, and just don't be too hard on yourself.
yeah.
Number two would be have a really good practice routine, um, and rotate your skills around, and yeah, and time yourself as well. If you've got 5 minutes or 30 minutes or 2 hours, if you're lucky to have 2 hours, like time yourself and don't spend too much on one exercise. Just, keep it structured. Um, Number three would be not to noodle too much. I'm pretty bad with this one sometimes. If I'm tired and I'm not concentrating, I can just like, I don't know, just mess around, and
Yeah.
sometimes that doesn't get you too far. It's good to noodle sometimes, but if you have a schedule for that day, try and be strict with yourself, kind of. Um, Number four would be mindful of what you're practicing. Like, okay, if you're playing a chord, like think about it more than just playing it. Like, what notes am I playing? Um, if it's a scale, like think about it, like the structure of the scale. Like if it's minor pentatonic, it's you're missing out the second and the sixth note of the key makes the minor scale, and that applies to all the minor pentatonic scales. And then have a think about visualize the fretboard and all the positions as well. That's another thing. Like, so just think about it on a bit of a deeper level. I would say, you know what I mean. Really helped me. Um, Number five would be don't ignore the not so fun stuff. That's oral and theory. I think super important to just include that in your practice. Uh, I know they're not so fun, and to do, especially your oral is very hard for me to do sometimes because it's not so engaging or fun.
Mm.
But if you, I've seen big improvements already just by knowing your intervals, for example. Um, and yeah, the theory to understand what you're actually doing um, is really great too, and very helpful for your playing. Um, Number six would be to learn the fretboard as soon as you can. That's the whole fretboard, because this really helps you with playing scales, playing the cage, using the cage system, which is really cool to learn as well. I've just started doing that. So if you know all the notes, it's very easy to visualize the notes that you're playing, the different chord tones in the the notes, and to play scales very easily. So it took a while to know the notes, but it's definitely
Yeah.
a good thing to do. Yeah. Um, I think number eight would be have fun and be nice to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take it slow. Just have a good time, and it's not a rush. Yeah, just be patient. And number nine, try to play with others. It really helps your confidence, and it's really rewarding. As I said before, I was really anxious about doing this, but it's really
Mm.
paid off. And it's really good to be socializing with people doing something that you love. Um, and the last one would be set yourself some goals and try to achieve them. Try the best you can. Yeah, but they can be goals that you want to do within the month, or for the rest of the year. Just try to achieve them, and try to challenge yourself and do hard things. And this is really good for your playing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're the 10 things that
Wow.
I would give advice to.
That was a
They're
great
things off the
list.
top of my head. Yeah.
What I'm going to do with that, Anthony, is cut that
Yeah.
out, edit that out, and use that for
Yeah.
next week's podcast. I'm going to just steal those 10 ideas and
Yeah.
use them for myself.
No, but
No, that was
these
great.
are all things. These are all
Really
things that
good.
I'm pretty sure you've told us in your podcast anyway, that I've taken away. And yeah, I mean,
Perfect.
I didn't really keep the schedule. I was quite lazy. See a lot of people in the forum every day. They write down exactly what they do. And I never did this. I tried to do it so many times, but I always forgot, and I was kind of lazy like that. But I did do have a schedule, and I have my practice, and I do measure my goals and stuff like this. But I just didn't write it down. But I think this is really great that people do this, because they can look back
Mm.
also too when they're in level 5 or level 4 and they're feeling demotivated. They can look back and see how far they've come. This is really cool.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just
Yeah,
working out kind of what works for you.
yeah,
Because I'm the same. The amount of journals I buy where you write in your goals and you set out for the week, and I very rarely get past the first couple of pages. But I like the idea of doing it, but it just doesn't work for me. But simpleness does. So having my goals on my phone, just run out one or two things. That's enough. That's my
yeah.
day, the week, month. It just works so much better. So it's kind of just what works better for you. Are you one of those person who needs it written out every day, needs it very structured? Are you someone that could be a bit more laid back approach? I think that's it. You've hit the nail on the head. It's working out what works
Exactly
for you.
too. And also too, you don't have to have the guitar with you the whole time to
No?
practice. You can. I was away in February. I didn't practice at all. I went back. I went with my wife to Australia on a holiday. I didn't have my guitar with me, and I was like, oh, I was really anxious about that. I was like, oh my god! And when I got back, it took me a while because I was in level 5 to get back into it.
Mm.
To all the things that I was learning, I had to go back, and it's like I'd not played them before, those exercises. But what I did have time to do is do the things that I don't do too often. That's the theory, and visualizing. I'd be down the beach and I'd be visualizing the scales in my head, or the chords, or yeah, all these things. So you don't necessarily have to have your guitar with you the whole time. You can do other things. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's huge. Visualization, things like that. And there was a
yeah,
podcast
yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. It might have been last month, where I went through the topic of you can improve out playing and kind of the science behind that, how the brain works. And even when prime examples, when you go to sleep and your brain starts compartmentalizing things and it's still working in the background, even though you haven't got a guitar in your hands, it's still learning these concepts or kind of putting them into long-term memory. So yeah,
yeah.
I like that. That's a really good idea.
If it's
So, oh,
sorry,
no
another
worries.
thing too, like it's there's sometimes where you're practicing a skill and you're like, oh, this is super hard, and when you're getting there, you've almost nailed it, and then you come back the next day and you can play it
Mm,
easily, and this is like a really cool feeling. Like oh wow, a couple of weeks ago I was like, I couldn't play that chord or that scale. I had a fret buzzing or like a string buzzing, and then I made a micro movement, and now I can play that, and that's a really good feeling. It's really
yeah.
rewarding.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah,
so many times like that. And sometimes just you don't realize you're building up skills which help that skill you're trying to develop. I remember I was trying to learn a legato phrase and I kind of gave up with it. And then just started playing it about a month later and I could do it. And I was like, I've not been practicing this. How can I do it? But you forget you're
yeah,
strengthening the tools you need for that skill, kind of the sub skills by doing everything else, that
yeah,
it all
yeah.
kind of builds on top of one another. So yeah,
It
take some
does.
time away can be really good just to kind of clear the mind and sometimes it's just out of frustration. And as soon as you get frustrated, it's just downhill. You can't. It's very difficult to then get to work through frustration. So
That's
yeah,
right too. I think that's the most amazing thing about BGA is you hold us accountable. It's you can you go through the exercises, and when you be honest with yourself and go, okay, I'm ready now. I've done this. I can go to the next class. There was some times where I had like four classes at the same time going on because I mastered everything in the exercises but one
yeah,
exercises. Then I would make a record of that, and then I would move on to the next class, and then I'd keep on doing it and doing it, and I'd just move on that way. That because it level four, some of the exercises they take a couple of months to do. This is
yeah,
another thing too. That's why I say people should be patient because um, level one and two, you get through a class every week or sometimes twice a week, depending on how fast at learning you are. But then level four, some of those classes, I didn't took me a couple of months to get through one class just because I was so like, I haven't done this well enough yet to move on to the next thing.
mm,
So yeah, this is another thing too. You have to be really patient and just you'll get there. You just have to yeah, just slow it down and
yeah.
take your time. Yeah.
Patience definitely the key word.
Exactly. But yeah, it's not, you shouldn't rush through it. It's just really get those fundamentals down, and it'll reflect in your playing
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
for sure. And
Yeah.
science touched upon there, which again I've said around the places, but definitely, yeah, doing multiple classes at a time is ideal. Spread it out
Yeah.
because because it's obviously it's linear. You kind of think you have to do one and then move on once you've got everything sorted, which just gets really dry and boring. The idea is to rotate the skills and
Yeah.
practice multiple different skills, and you can't do that
Yeah.
if just going through one class because there's only two skills in a class. So yeah, so you definitely want to spread out a bit more, and that
Exactly.
definitely saves the
And
frustration.
then another thing too that I forgot to mention, another piece of advice I'd like to give to other members is I kind of cheated too. I don't know if you
Oh, there's lots
like
coming out
this.
now.
I
Months without playing the guitar,
I
cheating,
would look at the
being
assessment.
lazy.
I would look I would look at the assessment at the end in the very first lesson of every level, and I'll go, okay, that's the song you need to perform. That's the exercise that he's going to be asking you a skill that you need to do in the assessment. And always make a note of that, and make sure that you really focus on that. And halfway through, make a practice session just on those exercises and really nail those. And then you'll be ready for the assessment. That's the song,
Yeah,
especially because you don't want to get to the end and then go, oh, I haven't. Okay, I went through that song kind of quick and I missed that part or the solo. And then it could potentially set you back months if you do
yeah,
this. So really focus on those things as well. I
yeah.
don't know if that's the right way of thinking or if
I
I
don't think that's
cheated
bad
in
at
some kind
all.
of way, but I think it's good to really have a look at it, what's expected at the end
Yeah,
that's going to be in the exam, and
definitely.
really focus on those things as well. Yeah.
I don't think that's bad at all. You'll find um, a post in level 4 recently in the little clubs bit there.
Yeah.
Someone said about Sweet Child of Mine. And a lot of people were saying, start it now, start it now, very first
Yeah,
class, just get going with it because it is a tough song and you're going to spend some time in it. So as soon as you can
totally. Yeah,
start getting into it. And again, that was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
strategically placed, but
Yeah,
it's a tough one. It's a big jump. It's a hard song, but it's one of those songs. Once you get it, it just it just puts you up so many kind of levels in your guitar playing. It's a hard
it is.
get through, but once you do get through it, it's going to really level you up. So yeah, that's what I'd say to people. At that
Yeah,
point, and stressing out about it is a hard song, but break it
yeah,
down, go through it slowly. Again, use
exactly.
other parts of the website. That's why I've got songs and riffs and workshops and other bits to kind of give you not distraction. That's probably the wrong word, but give you something else to work on when you're working on the hard stuff. Again, keep it fun, and that's by having the variation. Definitely.
Yeah,
So yeah,
also too, like there were so many songs. I'm not a massive Guns N' Roses fan. I do like Slash. Slash is cool, but
mm,
I'm not a massive Guns N' Roses fan. That's another thing too. Like we're learning these songs as part of the syllabus. You don't necessarily have to like the song, but you're learning the skills to play that song. That really, those skills help you play the songs that you like in the end, anyway.
yeah, exactly,
Um, like
exactly.
Brian Adams, I'm not a massive fan. Guns N' Roses, I'm not a
What?
massive fan. But like you play these songs, and that gives you the skills you need to do the
Exactly.
stuff that you really like to do,
Yeah,
which is all the cool stuff.
exactly that. And it's about making it practical. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
idea is the skills we're learning is to see it in a song. So you can see, oh, that's why we're doing it because Sweet Child of Mine has that picking pattern, or those chords, or that rhythm.
yeah,
It's always difficult creating a syllabus because you're not going to tick the boxes for everybody because everyone has different,
sure.
obviously, ideas, different styles. So it is quite generic in one respect because you can have someone that does the course who wants to do metal, someone wants to do pop, country. It's yeah, one size doesn't obviously fit all, but that's exactly what I say to people: is you're going to learn skills, you're going to take away things from any song you learn. It probably won't be your favorite song. Some of the songs I've chosen aren't my favorite songs, but they have things
That's
in
right.
there that are going to help. So yeah,
That's
so
right. Yeah,
it's getting through
yeah,
it. And if you're going to be in a band, you're going to have to learn songs you don't like. You're going to have to play songs you don't like, and people are going to request songs you don't like. Someone's first dance will not be a song you like, but you're going to have to learn it. So it's a good practice for that. But yeah, it's
yeah,
always tough trying to put songs in the syllabus, which I suppose why a lot of places don't have songs. Well, one is because you have to pay for them, the amount I pay for bloody licenses, but also because it does mean that you're going to alienate certain people because they won't stick with kind of the course's choice of songs and things like that. So yeah, okay. So I'm worried about your time now, Anthony. Thank you. Gone a little bit longer than I thought we'd go to. So shout
oh, no worries.
if you need to go.
No,
So
no,
obviously
all
I'm
good.
aware of your
Keep
time.
chatting. I got nothing else.
But we're nearly done. I've only got a few more questions for you.
Yeah.
So I kind of what I'd be quite interested now is where you're going from now. So obviously, what are your future goals now you've completed the syllabus?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Have you thought much about it? I know,
As
obviously,
I
we
did.
only completed it 2 days ago, so it might
Yeah,
be a bit
well,
early for that.
my guitar buddy, he has a subscription to pick up music, and he's like, he bought it on Black Friday, and he said, I don't use it. So he gave me the login. I know it's a bit
Beautiful.
naughty. He said, go and check it out. And I've been in there poking around, and I've signed up for a couple of courses. So, but again, it's a they don't really keep their students accountable. You got to pay extra for that. So I could, but I'm thinking about staying on BGA a little bit longer, going through some of the older stuff for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And another option is TrueFire. I think they're pretty cool. They
Mm,
got some nice stuff on there. But yeah, as far as going and playing a certain style of music, I've chosen to go down the blues road, I think, and I think that's really important too, to pick a style of music or
yeah.
some styles of music you want to go down and really hone in on that kind of, you know what I mean? Say mine is blues, blues rock, I guess, but yeah, um, so that's where I would like to go. As far
Nice.
as things that I really want to focus more on, modes, because I they're a little bit still confusing for me. I know
Yeah.
like the rough idea of them, but I just want to deep dive a bit more into that in the next months. and yeah, really just reinforce what I've learned.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm in this for the long term. I'm not. I'm just yeah. So I want to learn everything as much as I
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Just have fun with it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to
Perfect.
be like a professional and start a band or anything, but I just want to be good enough where I know what I'm playing and
Mm.
maybe to create a few songs one day or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. So yeah,
A serious hobby.
yeah,
Yeah. So we're beyond the stage of just
um,
learning a few songs. We want to actually learn the instrument and learn the guitar and play it
exactly. Yeah,
knowing what we're doing, is what I'm hearing.
exactly. And there's so much to learn as well. I don't
So
think I could
much.
ever. Don't think you can ever know everything.
Oh,
It's
no.
just like my job. I'm a chef actually by trade, and it is never. You never know everything. It's you're always constantly learning of
Mm.
people, even if they're just started working, or yeah, you're just learning. Things are constantly changing. Technology, the techniques, everything. So it's great. Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, it's quite interesting how that parallels with guitar, isn't it? Because it's exactly that. So many techniques you
yeah,
can learn, so many different styles, which I suppose is different than types of
totally.
cuisine,
Yeah,
types of obviously around the world. You if you're learning to cook in more of a French style rather than more Mediterranean and blah blah blah. It's exactly the
yeah,
same. So that's what I say. Yeah, when we finish beginning guitar, we've got a solid foundation. Then it is specialization, and like blues.
yeah.
It's a great one like that. If you wanted more personal, would be Silent Artist Works. If you checked out Artist Works, where they have basically schools on
No.
there.
Oh,
And
really? Okay.
there's a
Interesting.
great blues guy there, which Keith, I think it's Keith Wyatt, who's brilliant. Seth Rosenblum's on there as well, and Seth is brilliant blues rock
He's on
guitar player.
pickup music as well, Seth
Yes,
Rosenblum. Yeah.
so he has a
He d-
school on there, and you can then send him videos through the school. So it's very much like beginning guitar in that respect. If you
Okay,
want
I'll
more
check it out.
of like that sort of program, I think pickup music's brilliant for intermediate players. It's really good. They're quite high level, but for beginners, because they have a beginner's course, but then you look at they have licks in the style of all their, and they're just insane. The jump
Yeah.
is massive, but for intermediate,
I'm
more advanced players, it's a brilliant platform.
I'm
Really
doing the
good.
Cage system
Oh,
course on there,
brilliant.
and that's really uh helped me a lot, like with improvisation. I've been doing it for the last month. And yeah, before I was like, oh, so like I just found it really difficult. Like
Yeah.
some of the Cage chords, like some people teach you that you should play them, and it's like no, it's just all about visualization and the chord tones. And there's a major or minor scale underneath that shape, and
Hmm.
that's the thing. Like to keep in mind, it's just a way of mapping out the fretboard basically, so you hit the right notes. And um, yeah, the way they've structured that course
Mm.
is really cool, and it's fun, and it's really engaging with the licks and things like that. Is really really nice.
I'm trying to think who the
So
teacher is. Is that
it's Molly Miller.
that's the
This,
one? Cause,
yeah,
uh, Instagram's Moody Mills or Moody. I can't remember her name, but
yeah,
Moody Mills. She's great.
yeah, yeah,
She's really good. And
yeah.
Sophie, I can't remember her name. It's another teacher on there that does. I think she does some cage stuff on there. She's really good. So they've got fantastic faculty. That's the right word, isn't it? So they've got some great teachers on there. So that's a really good platform. That's a really good platform. But yeah, if you want to go just blues though, yeah, Artist Works, come on, check out. Say
I'll check it out.
old True Fire is just the kind of gold standard for the kind of the buffet style. It's kind of like a Netflix approach where you have course on everything. So if you want to learn modes, there'll be quite a few courses just on modes. You could just really deep dive into that.
Right.
And the
Yeah.
level of players on there is just ridiculous. They've got some amazing players. And so blue
I
side of
think
things.
you. I think you have to kind of be careful there too, because there's so much selection of courses, right? You have to kind of,
Yeah.
if you want to do a course, you have to really. Okay, I'm the kind of person that likes to start and finish something. I don't like
Mm.
to do the YouTube thing where you're just going around in
Yeah, yeah.
circles. So
Couple of modules from here, couple of modules from there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like if you want to learn something properly, you have to really dedicate yourself to it. So yeah, I think I'd have to be quite strict on myself if I went to True Fire
Yeah, yeah.
because there's just so much the temptation of like
Yeah.
learning from different players.
It's so easy to jump
But if they
out.
have a course on modes, I'd be definitely keen on that.
Jeff,
I'll look
it's
into
Jeff
it.
McLean? Jeff McLean? I'm pretty sure his first name's Jeff. He's a blues guy on True Fine. He's very good. So check out some of his courses. I have to message you the name. I think it's Jeff something. I'm sure it is. But yeah, he's very good. But they've got some great people on there. Really, really cool guys.
Yeah.
Um, one of my All names have gone up my head now. But yeah, they've got some really good players.
I
Right.
mean, you teach, so how do you, I mean, you teach at your private school and your online school, and you dedicate a lot of time to those two. Where do you find the time to actually um, have fun yourself and play guitar? Like,
Well,
you must do that, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. So surprisingly
yeah.
enough, I do have a lot of free time because with my offline school now, I only teach 10 hours a week there. I've got it because I do groups. I only do 3 days there. Um, and then beginning guitar academy, I am now. You'll notice, and tomorrow I'm going to be sending out a questionnaire, and that's going to then sort of start down the road of beginning guitar academy kind of 0.2, I suppose 2.0. There's going to be a lot of changes, not massive, but restructuring,
Mm,
based on the feedback from that questionnaire. But I've got some ideas, but I want to obviously make sure they're not just my ideas, they're actually things that students are finding and would like resolved before I start doing it. So
yeah.
yeah, so things are going to change. So I'll be spending a lot more time on it because obviously the syllabus is finished now, but level one stands out as because it was done so. I mean, things need updating. I just want to make sure I'm doing what people like, and
Yeah.
also I have registered the domain bluesguitaracademy.co, so that sign up will be in the works next year. A blues
Oh,
guitar school.
wow. How exciting.
It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but there's still more work for beginner guitar academy. But I don't think it'll be much beyond this year of tightening up, and then it's going to be pretty solid. Um,
Awesome. Well,
so
I'll hang
yeah,
out for that. Yeah, cool.
I'll let you know.
But I
Well,
mean, when I first started, like you only had like 200 members, and now you've got 600, almost 700 members. It's like, and you're still running it on your own. And it's like,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
still rocking and
Yeah,
rolling.
yeah.
Um, and I suppose a great thing, which I messaged you about, was the graduate kind of program, which has always been, I've been wondering kind of what happens and where to go after beginning guitar academy. So the idea is to obviously specialize, but the idea is obviously to kind of keep you guys around because you're the founders, really. You've been around for so long. And the
Yeah,
idea is the whole graduation program is once you finish beginning guitar academy, the idea is going to be it'd be $10 a month, $99 a year, and then you can have access to the program, you have access to the forums, you can still be around.
yeah,
But
that's an amazing idea. Yeah.
as you are a founder, there's a graduation founder program where the first 10 people to complete the course will have lifetime membership for free, basically, is the idea. And some other little perks they're going to roll
Oh,
out. For
very
instance,
cool.
I'm designing some
Okay.
cool t-shirts, some
Yeah, yeah.
graduate only t-shirts, so only graduates can purchase them. So, if you see someone on the street wearing a BGA graduate t-shirt, they've earned that t-shirt. They haven't just bought it from the shop. So it's been
Awesome.
brought where they haven't finished the program. So yeah, so I'm playing around with some of these cool ideas. But yes, I'll be announcing more about that. But yeah, you'll be
That's really cool. I'm
part of the
stoked about
first
that.
10.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I'm the third person. I
Ah,
mean,
it's an exclusive title.
it must feel good for you as well, like the people make it to the end, and yeah, I
Well,
think
definitely
that's. I mean,
that. It validates
it's
the program.
it's the community, and like my guitar teacher, he didn't care if I rocked up to the next lesson or could play that song the next time, but
Mm,
like it's nice to know that you have someone teaching you that actually cares about your progress and that you put in a lot of hard work. And I think that's what kept me just in there. You know what I mean? That I'm
yeah.
learning from a good source and what I'm learning is good and I'm being held accountable. And yeah, and even my wife is like, wow, you really can play guitar now. And it's at the beginning, she was like,
She was like, no, you really
she,
can't.
she would like put her headphones on, and now she doesn't do that. So yeah,
Yeah, it's nothing more
um,
damaging for your confidence when they put their headphones on and walk out the room. Think, oh, okay, I need to
wow,
practice harder.
yeah. So it's
And
good.
that's it with the spouses or family members. They don't hold back either. They won't
No,
sugarcoat it. So when they have
no.
give you a compliment, oh, that's actually a valid compliment.
Yeah, she told me the other day. She's like, "So when are you gonna try and make money out of this hobby that you do?"
Yeah, you
I
spent
was
so
like,
much
"What do
time
you
and
mean?"
money
She
on.
goes, um, uh, what do you mean? She goes, oh, you can go and busk down at the train station. There's some buskers down there. They earn quite a lot of money. I'm like, what? I'm not doing
Oh, there you
that.
go. She's got you out
But I
working.
could, yeah. But yeah, that's another thing too. I never had much of the gas syndrome as well. Like I had the urge to buy so many guitars, and my partner has always got me under
Stop
the
to it.
thumb. So yeah, it was only because we didn't have any space, and but we bought a new place, and we have more space now. So I have more space for guitars and stuff.
Oh
So
no.
this could potentially get. I don't know. Never want more than three guitars, but I could definitely buy. I definitely need an amp. That's what I need. I don't need another guitar because I'm building one now. I'm building a
Oh
Telecaster at the
yeah,
moment,
yeah.
which is quite fun actually. Yeah, so I did a course last year. I was putting everything in the
Yeah,
forum,
yeah.
and it was really so fun. I had so much fun. I love working with wood, so
Mm.
I did a course with a guy and some other people, and he taught me what I need to know to build a guitar and to actually to design the guitar and to make the templates to cut it out of the wood and do all the soldering and everything. And now I know enough to do this. I found a workshop nearby that teach kids how to build instruments like acoustic guitars and little wind instruments and things.
Oh,
And
cool.
they also hire their workshop out to people who want to just be part of the club. And they have all the tools there. So yeah, I just started a few months ago on my own, building my own uh, Telecaster copy, and it's actually the easiest guitar you can start with. Um, but yeah, really rewarding, and I'm having so much fun with that
That's
as
really
well.
cool, and especially
Yeah,
having the template and actually cutting it out. Because a lot of the
yeah,
guitars, or there's some guitar course near me that you can build a guitar, but it's very much assemble a guitar. It's not really build it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's awesome. And
yeah,
wow, so yeah,
yeah.
definitely make sure
It's
you put that in the forum, Anthony, because I want to see that like did the other
I
one.
will do, yeah. And yeah, you can download all the plans online, print them out, and then just make your own template and cut around the wood and just, yeah, you have to know a few things, but
Mm,
you learn from your mistakes, and
exactly.
yeah, it's good. It's good fun. Yeah,
That is really cool. Right. I think I've taken up enough of your time. Thanks so much for spending this long. Go through it. Try to think if
no
there's anything
worries.
else I want to mine out of you. Any good ideas we can get? That 10, that list of 10, I think was just gold by itself, to be honest. But yeah, anything else? You can think of anything else you want? Any
Um,
advice to impart? But I think we've done, I think it's going to be a great episode.
yeah, I don't really have anything else.
You've exhausted yourself.
Yeah, I have, I have. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the foundation, the graduate thing. I'm really excited about that.
You wait to see the
So
t-shirts.
does that start from now, or are you still working on it,
Yeah.
or
Not really.
okay?
Yeah, I'll basically set you up just for lifetime access. So you can still be able to access it. You can already access, I think, the forum anyway. So you're good to go. Yeah, we're done. I'm trying to give you a special badge in the forum as well. I don't know if I can work that out to make you stand out as
Awesome.
a graduate.
And it's good. It's really good for to have the graduates stick
Mm,
around for the people coming through. I think Martin, I know he's almost finished, but he had a question the other day about heartbreaker, you know what I mean?
mm.
Or someone that's really stuck on something to be like a kind of, I know you're everyone's mentor there, but if they have any questions, try it like this, or, like it's good to be supportive in some way
This is
to
it.
the
This is
other
it.
guys. Yeah.
And, you're part of the beginning of Taco family. 4 years on the side. It's not, and like you said, that the journey continues. So it's great to still be in contact with you and see that journey continue. And also, there'll be more stuff coming on beginning guitar, more workshops, more other bits and pieces that obviously you could still jump in and have some fun with, no doubt.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because that was the thing. I was a little bit, all through level five, I was like, oh, what am I going to do after BGA? Like, I know, like, I like it a lot and I'm learning a lot. And when I leave, I'm probably going to do something else, and I'll be on the forum still. But yeah, it would be nice to go through because I'm often looking at the PDFs of the
Mm,
skill sets, and I'm going, oh, okay, what class? I would be really nice to get back to that class and look at how did we play that exercise,
Yeah, yeah.
for example. So that would be really cool.
Beautiful. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
good to hear that you like the idea. So
I
it's
love the
just like
idea.
hatched.
Who wouldn't like that idea?
Just when
That's
literally
amazing.
when you finished, I was like, right, what can we do here? Because so I've been
Yeah,
toying with some ideas, but there was
yeah,
nothing really set in stone. So I thought, right, we better now people are finishing, more people, and there's five now hot on your heels. We better get something a bit more set in stone. And yes, that's what we have done. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think the other two that finished, they'll be super happy with that, and anyone that's almost finished will be, or anyone in the course will be happy with that as well. It's just really great.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
good to hear your reaction about it,
yeah,
actually. Cool. All
yeah.
right then. Well, thank you. Cheers, Anthony. Thank you for
You're welcome.
being a member of beginning guitar academy. Congratulations, on obviously finishing all five levels. And
Thank you, and
yeah, we'll
thanks for
we'll
putting
see you
together
next
an
time.
amazing course. Like it must have been really hard work, and thank you so much for being putting that together. I learned so much. I would have quit if I hadn't have found BGA, I think. So I have a lot to be thankful for, and
Oh, that's amazing to hear.
much respect.
Oh,
Yeah,
cheers, Anthony. Well,
yeah,
so we'll still see your journey through the forums.
yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Paul.